Hey guys, today I want to talk about something that might save your life someday. So stay tuned. Let's talk about it when we get up in the air.
Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another video today. Today I want to talk about something that really could be a danger to paramotor pilots. You know, something happened to me the other day. It has been raining non-stop here, that's probably most part of the country. And I went to the field to fly. It was a little bit wet, a little bit mushy, and I just started out really, really bad. As I was doing my pre-flight and everything, I checked my motor over, and I left it there, and it went to go grab my wing out of the car, get that all set up, and my motor had tipped over. And I didn't catch it in time, and gas went everywhere. It was horrible. It went on my harness. I got it stopped up as much as I possibly could, but it seeped out of the, the little spout on the gas can, that the vent tube. That's the word I was looking for. It was seeping out of the vent tube all over my harness. So that's how everything started. Then I went and I set out my wing, and things just weren't right. The grass was too tall where I was at my field because we had so much rain. I couldn't get in there with a mower to cut it, so the grass had just grown so much. And I failed like my first 3 launches, and I have to tell you, it was a horrible day. I was starting out really bad. I could feel my blood pressure rising. It just wasn't a good day for me to fly. And I hadn't flown in a while because the wind has been awful. There's been way too strong to be able to fly around here. And so I had a choice. I could force the takeoff, which probably wouldn't have been a good idea, or I could call it quits. And that's exactly what I did. I called it quits. But, you know, a lot of times as pilots, one of the things that we don't think about as much, sure, we have our equipment, we have our motor, we want to do all the checks, but we don't always take the time to check our attitude, to check our spirit. How are we feeling inside before we take that flight? You know, it's a privilege to fly, but it's really a dangerous thing. I mean, look at right now. I am like hanging from a glorified bed sheet in this butt fan, flying across the land, and that could be dangerous, man. That's a dangerous thing. And if you're not mentally set up, mentally prepared to go and fly, and you have the right mindset to do that, that's just a disaster waiting to happen. That is like a recipe for disaster. And so I have really had to take a second, get with myself, and say, do you know what? Today is just not your day, and be okay with that. I didn't get to fly for like another week and a half after that day because the wind was so bad. But you know what? I don't regret it, because if I had flown with the attitude that I had, which I will tell you right now, it stunk, then I could have been hurt. I have a family that I need to look after, and it just wouldn't have been a good idea. And so I called it quits. And I know that's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to do with this sport because we don't always get the days that we want. We don't always get the wind. We don't always get the right conditions, which is, we need them almost to be perfect in order to fly. But sometimes you just have to know when to call it quits. So I just want to challenge you, man. Next time that you're out there and you're getting that feeling, you're frustrated, things just aren't going right, just call it. You'll be happy that you did, because in the end, you're going to be much happier. Oh, look at this juicy little field. Try and swoop down into there. Yeah, you'll just be glad that you did. You got a family at home, kids, I don't know. Maybe it's just you, but still, you want to live another day to do this, right? So just know when to call it. Oh, man, I love this. Look, there's a deer, a bunch of deer over there. I don't know if we'll be able to see them or not. If you can see them on camera. But, yeah, lots of deer. You can really feel the ground speed. It's quite windy today. And you can really feel the challenge whenever you're up here, or not the challenge, the change in the wind. can really feel it while you're up here in the different directions you go. Now I'm gonna like glide. Yep, there we go. Just sort of swoop in here. Get a little bit lower. Nice path right here. Another thing is to remember is always look for a field to land in case of a motor out. We got lots and lots of trees, as you can see. Not always the best scenario to be able to fly into a field, so make sure, that's why around here I always try and fly a little bit higher. Make sure that you're high enough to reach a field. My goal, I was going to go down to this field right here, but my goal is to make it around the lake. Because the winds are so high, I need to give myself ample time, ample gas to make it all the way around. Always better safe than sorry, so I'm going to try and fly right around that lake right over there. I don't have flotation on my paramotor right now, so I like to fly around it. One day I hope to be able to fly over it. That'll be cool. Be able to hang out with the boat. But right now I'm just going to stick to the ground where I know I have some safety. Number one cause of death for paramotors is drowning, believe it or not. So stay clear of the water unless you have proper flotation. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this big loop, go around, and head on back to my LZ.